everyone. Hello, welcome to Beast World tonight. Thank you so much. I'm Lexus Chan. Thank you so much to join. Today's sharing is very special. We organize in the Zoom. So everybody, if you speak and listen Bahasa Indonesia, please select the language on the button or right bottom corner. Okay, then you can listen Bahasa Indonesia interpretation. In the main channel is in English, so please pay more attention. Okay, so before starting today's sharing, may I share you some information? Currently, some of my friends talk to me. They are now in 30s, but they also eat and also they act like they are in 20s. No more changes. But now they start to feel their body weight is start increasing, then they are not that active when they are 20s. So they are very concerned. They may say whether it is about their metabolism because they are aging and their bodies start to lose energy and their bodies start to aging. So everyone, do you want to keep young? Yeah. So looks 5 to 10 years younger than your actual age. And also, do you want to live younger? Also 5 to 10 years younger than your actual age for your body performance. I'm sure every one of you will say yes. Yeah, everybody want to live young, okay, and also look young and feel young. So in the current society, in our modern life, everybody will face a lot of challenge. For example, the food, the safety of the food. For example, the toxic, the chemical applied in the food. Yeah, so you need to be smart to choose the safety food for you. And also the second is about the pollution of our environment. Yeah, we live here and sometimes we will face the pollution of air, pollution of soil, and pollution of water. Yeah, and also the next one, it's about bad habits. Maybe some of us will have habit of smoking, to have alcohol, and also overeating. Yeah, in the modern lifestyle, that's not healthy. And also the other, you will face stress. Yeah, the stress from your work, from your family, and also from the relationship, and also sometimes the money. And the last one, it's about your lifestyle. Some of you may lack of sleep and lack of exercise. So if you continue in this manner, you may get premature aging, and it will also cause disease and eventually kill you. So what is the real cause of all of this? And anything we can do to fight this? Now, today, we are so lucky we can invite an expert who is from Australia and have more than 30 years experience on anti-aging researching. So this gentleman is also member of Beast World Smart Lab channel. So let's welcome Dr. Fernando Cortizo.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Fernando.
Good evening.
Welcome to tonight's sharing. Thank you so much to join.
Good. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, this is the first time for the Zoom. We use the English and Bahasa Indonesia in Biswell. So thank you so much to join the first time. So your encouraging will be very helpful. So before Dr. Fernando start the sharing, I think you have a lot of questions during the sharing. So please leave your question in the Zoom live chat. Then we will pick some of the question after Dr. Fernando sharing. We will have the question and answer session, and Dr. Fernando will help to answer your question and help you to get more information about your body and about your health. So Dr. Fernando, now I will pass the mic to you. Please start your sharing tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here and welcome all our friends and followers from different countries, but especially tonight from Indonesia. I think it's fantastic that we can be together with you. Now, as you know, I'm actually based in Indonesia. In other words, I live in Indonesia. So if you need any help, I'm always around somewhere in Jakarta. You can always reach me through my personal numbers or my WhatsApp, or sending information to our company as well. So I'm very, very happy. Here, you need to give me 3 months, essentially. In 3 months' time, I will be able to do this presentation in Indonesian Bahasan. At the moment, I am learning. I know how to understand and how to speak Bahasan, Indonesian Bahasan, but I'm very shy. Saya malu. So I'm very, very shy. And so just give me a little bit of time and we will be able to communicate in Indonesian. In any case, we continue. I believe we have an interpreter today for you. So I hope that you are be able to understand. If I'm going too fast, just let me know and I will slow down. I will repeat the information that we are giving you. So tonight, we're going to talk about some of the concepts, some of the ideas that people have, and often they don't quite understand what it means. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is metabolism. I'm going to share a presentation for you. I will share the presentation through the screen, and you will be able to see the information that I'm going to present to you for everyone. Okay, here we go. So we're going to talk about metabolism. What does it mean, metabolism? And we always say the following. We say that a healthy metabolism means that you have a healthy body. And often people talk about my metabolism is slow. My metabolism is not working properly. I can feel it in my body. And often the way people know whether metabolism is correct or not correct is because of their weight. So they look at themselves and they say, I am overweight. That means my metabolism is in fact too slow. Okay? And this is what we hear all the time. Just remember before we start that I'm not going to provide you with medical claims. I'm not going to provide you with medical advice. If you have any concerns or any needs for medical care, please refer to your family doctor or medical practitioner, okay? The information I'm going to give you is a wellness information. It is for you to understand for information purposes only. Now, often the question is asked quite frequently, what is metabolism? So I have to tell you what metabolism is, okay? So what is metabolism? It is a term, it's a word, right? Metabolism, which is used to describe all the chemical reactions that are happening in our body, which are necessary to maintain our body alive. In other words, every living organism, every animal, every insect, every mammal, every fish, every living organism needs to perform or to do certain chemical reactions to stay alive, okay? So metabolism is in fact a word that we use to describe this process, the chemical reactions which actually keep our body in a healthy state, in a state of life, okay? Now, often we have two different types of metabolism, okay? There are in fact two different types of metabolism. And often people don't really understand this, but I will explain to you what it means. We have catabolism, and catabolism is in fact the breakdown of all the molecules in our body to obtain energy. Now, catabolism means breakdown. That means breaking up, not putting together, but destroying, if you know what I mean. So often the body have to break down, have to destroy tissue that has been damaged, has to destroy tissue, old tissue, and then to make new tissue again, to make new muscle again, to make new bones again. So this is called catabolism, okay? Catabolism is the process of destroying things, and in that process, we get a lot of energy in return. Now, anabolism is the opposite, okay? So anabolism is in fact the opposite process. It is the process by which you actually produce, you synthesize, or you produce all the compounds that the body needs, okay? So anabolism is the building process, while catabolism is the breakdown process. Now, remember, these two processes are happening together, okay? At any one time, catabolism and anabolism are happening constantly, together, often in parallel, often they go together hand in hand. There is catabolism and anabolism. You have heard of anabolism or anabolic hormones, right? You heard of anabolic drugs. These are the ones that the bodybuilders use to make their bodies very big, okay? They're called anabolic hormones, anabolic drugs. They inject themselves or they take these drugs and these hormones to build, to make more muscle in their bodies and to look bigger, okay? To achieve a bigger body, to have a bigger body, okay? So those are the two different processes that we have. Now, what you will see is that in the process of catabolism and anabolism, we talk about BMR. Now, BMR is a word that you're going to hear a lot. BMR means basic metabolic rate. And what essentially it means is, what is your basic metabolic activity? How is your metabolism going? Is it normal? Is it accelerated? Is it fast? Is it very slow? Okay, so remember that the word BMR means basic metabolic rate. That is the energy that your body is using to maintain basic function of your living body, to maintain your body in a living state and breathing state, okay? Don't confuse BMR with BMI. BMI, okay, is different to BMR. BMI is an indicator of how much fat you have in your body, right? Which is called basic metabolic index. That's very different to BMR. BMR means how much energy your body is using in a resting level. That means when you are sitting down, you're not exercising, basically your body is working alone. Sendiri, right? Your body is working alone. How much energy you need to maintain your body working alive, okay? Like you are. Now, this energy that we use it for the heart. Now, remember that the heart is a muscle, right? The heart is a muscle which is constantly beating non-stop. And that requires energy. We need energy to produce more cells in our body. In other words, to make new tissue, new cells. What does it mean? It means that we need energy to make new skin. After we burn our skin, our skin is getting older, okay? We are naturally losing skin. So we need new skin cells. We need new skin cells. And for that, we need energy, okay? Now, as we are alive and we are sitting down, basically breathing and living, we have to control all the fluids in our body. That means the water, the blood in our bodies, the circulation of blood in our body have to be controlled. And that needs energy. Energy to control our fluid systems, right? The constant flow of blood to the body and the constant flow of water through the body and out of the body, into the bladder, into the urine, and so on, okay? So fluid control also needs a lot of energy. Now, often people ask me this question, how much energy do we use every day for our BMR? And we call the BMR basic metabolic rate. Other people call it basal metabolism rate, which is, it means the basic energy that you need to stay alive, okay? So that makes up about 60 to 70% of the calories that we use. So as we eat on a daily basis, we eat food on a daily basis, we consume calories in a daily basis, we spend about 60%, 70% just to maintain our body alive, okay? The other 30 or 40% of calories on every day, we have to use them. In other words, remember, this is very important, that of all the calories that come into our body through our food, 30 to 40% are not necessary, okay? We don't need them, but we have them inside our body. We have them, we have consumed them, and we need to burn the extra calories that are left, okay? The 30 or 40% of calories from our food must be burned. If we don't burn them, if we don't use them, they will become fat tissue, okay? And the main reason why people have extra weight, they have extra fat in their bodies, is because there is a lot of extra energy, extra calories that are not being used by the body, okay? They're in excess. In other words, there's more calories than we need, okay? And the more we eat, the more calories that we don't need stay in our body as extra calories, right? Eventually, they will become fat tissue. So how is our body burning calories? We already said before that 60 to 70%, say around 70%. It depends on the person, depends how tall you are, depends how much muscle you have, it depends what you do every day, but it's roughly 60 to 70% of all the energy that comes into our body, okay, is consumed to the basic life process. This is what it says here, basic life process, okay? That is the process to keep you alive, okay? There is not much more we can do with that, okay? We can make it more effective so that you need less energy or more energy to keep your body alive. But roughly 60 to 70% is used to keep your body alive. Any extra energy has to be removed or has to be burned in a different way, okay? Now, around 20% of the energy you spend on a daily basis comes from physical activity and other forms of activity, right? 20%, okay? So this 20%, okay, is the energy we spend from physical activity. So what we advise people to do is that this fraction of energy, this proportion, this percentage of energy, which is 20%, it should be much bigger than that, okay? In other words, we have to spend more energy doing physical activity. We can spend more energy by increasing physical activity. We can spend more energy by changing our bodies so that our body in a resting state, in other words, in a state of rest, will burn more energy, okay? And let me tell you, believe it or not, but 10% of the energy we use on a daily basis, we need to use it to digest the food that we eat, okay? So yes, when you take food into your body, about 10% of the energy that you take inside your body have to be digested, okay? The 10% is for digestion. It's called thermogenesis. Now, thermogenesis is a big word, okay? It means what? It means the generation of heat, the production of heat, okay? Literally heat, right? So 10% of all the energy that our body burns essentially is burned because we have to digest food, okay? So the process of food digestion, we call it postprandial thermogenesis. That's a very interesting term because it means postprandial thermogenesis, okay? And so it's very interesting because this process actually spends a lot of energy, but depending on the food that you eat, you're going to need more or less energy. In other words, depending on what your diet is like, depending on what you actually put in your mouth, what you actually eat, you're going to burn certain amount of energy or not, okay? I'm going to explain to you how that works. And you'll see this before we continue, is that all these processes that require energy in our body, they need oxygen, they need carbohydrates, they need fats, and they need protein to process, to proceed, to move ahead, okay? So this energy consuming process, this energy that we need to spend, it needs certain things to happen. We need definitely oxygen. The more we actually consume the energy, the more we need energy also, we need carbohydrates, and we need fats, and we need proteins for that to happen. So let me just show you very quickly. This is very important. I know that you probably find this a lot of heavy information, but it's actually, I'm presenting it in a very basic way so you understand, and then you can move ahead, okay? You can move forward to understand this much more deeply and for you to be in control of everything that you do, okay? So you can regulate what you eat to spend more or less energy. You can regulate what you put in your mouth, okay? You can control what you put in your mouth to actually control your weight, all right? Now, let me show you something that is very important. So how this body burns calories, how's the BMR, you know, the basic metabolic rate, how does it work? Who spends the energy? Which organs inside your body spend this energy, okay? Now your liver spends 27% of all that energy. Now look at this, this is very important because if you have a healthy liver, the liver spends almost 1/3 of all the energy that you need. Now, you're gonna say to me, well, I have a healthy liver. We don't really know that, but I can tell you that, especially in Indonesia, you're going to find people that have fatty liver, right? Fatty liver. Fatty liver is a situation where you have a lot of fat surrounding the liver. In that case, the liver becomes very inefficient. It does not function properly. It cannot work properly. And there are many issues associated with the fatty liver. But that 30% of energy that should be used, it changes. Another important point, your brain needs energy, almost 20%. Look at that. Almost 20% of the energy that your body uses goes to the brain. Almost 20%. It means that your thinking process, the use of your brain, actually needs a lot of energy. Okay? And a lot of the energy that the brain uses is in the form of sugar. So glucose or sugar, basic sugar, is in fact the main fuel of the body. That's one of the reasons why, that is one of the reasons why your liver makes sugar so that the brain can be kept alive, okay? So the brain needs sugar, and 20% of the energy we use goes for the brain. So how I'm saying to you, this is very important. If you want to burn more energy, you can do it by keeping your brain busy. Believe it or not, but it's true. The more you use your brain, the more you burn energy. The more you dream when you sleep at night, the more you burn energy. You know that you need to sleep properly to control your weight and to lose weight. You have to sleep properly. And while you sleep properly, you're going to dream properly, okay? You're going to have dreams. And the dreams need energy. This is why often people tell you, you have to sleep to lose weight. And how does that happen? It happens because you use the energy for brain activity while you're sleeping. So you are sleeping, but your brain is not sleeping. It's in fact extremely active, reorganizing, cleaning up the brain function, okay? And in that way, it uses a lot of energy, okay? Now your muscle uses 18% to 20% also. So the more muscle you have, the more energy you're going to spend when you are resting. You understand this, right? This is not when you're exercising. This is when you are in a process of resting, essentially doing nothing. So just by having more muscle mass, more muscle, when you are doing nothing, okay, you're going to burn more energy, okay? This is very important because it means that you can burn more energy without having to exercise, right? Just by having the right proportion, the right structure of tissue, of muscle in your body, okay? Of course, to get muscle, you have to exercise. But once you have the muscle by itself will burn energy while you rest, okay? Your kidneys are always working because they're actually the center of detoxification of your body together with the liver. They use about 10%. Your heart always pumping, uses about 7% of energy. And the other organs in your body, like the lungs, breathing constantly, right? Your intestinal system, that is your gut, your colon, your skin, all the other organs in your body are burning energy as well, around 20%. So if you want to change your BMR, you have to make sure that these different organs are set up in a certain way. You have more muscle, you have better sleep, okay? That your liver is working properly, is that it's not a fatty liver like what happens often. And then you have essentially a healthy lifestyle. Now, very important, okay? Remember we said before, this is very, very interesting. 20% of the energy that you spend comes from physical activity, okay? In other words, 20% of the energy that we spend every day comes from physical activity. It should be more. It should be 30, 40, 50%. But normally, people spend 20% of all the energy in physical activity, okay? 10% comes from what we call thermogenesis or digestion of food, okay? And I want to show you how this happens. Depending on the type of food that you eat, the body needs energy to digest that food. I don't know if you follow that. Depending on what you eat, that means you eat chicken, or you eat rice, or you eat fat food. In Malaysia, we used to eat nasi lemak. Or you eat pasok, or you eat spaghetti, or you eat something that has carbohydrates, or you eat something that is essentially protein made. Everything that you eat needs energy to be digested, okay? To be processed. So I'm going to show you how that happens. This is very, very simple. All right. If you eat lipids, carbohydrates, or proteins, okay, this is your protein. This is your meats, right? Essentially, the proteins are, as you know, beef, chicken, fish, eggs, okay? The carbohydrates are essentially the other things that you eat, like rice, sweet potatoes, bread, and so on, cakes. And the lipids are, of course, the fats that you eat. That could be fats, oils, okay? It could be fat in meat. It could be other forms of lipids like coconut oil or vegetable oil. Now, when you consume these three things, okay, and you follow it for 4 hours after the meal, and you look at how much percent of your BMR is being used, how much energy are you using from your BMR to digest these foods? This is what happens, okay? If you follow me, if you eat fats, you have a look at this, you eat fats, lipids, there is in the beginning, an increase of energy use. You see it here, right? It's about 5%, but it stays the same over 3 to 4 hours, and then it begins to drop. It means that when you eat fat, the body uses very little energy to digest the fat. And after 3 or 4 hours, that energy that you need to digest the lipids, to digest the fats, begins to drop, okay? Now, with carbohydrates, there is initially a very fast increase in energy, so almost 15%, okay? So you spend 15% of your, what we call basic metabolic rate, BMR, to digest carbohydrates, like we said before, like rice, like bread, okay? Like cakes. But this energy that you use begins to drop very fast also. And after 3 to 4 hours, you use no more energy. So when you eat fats and carbohydrates, you use some amount of energy, okay? In the beginning. But after that, you don't need more energy. The energy that you need to digest carbohydrates and lipids begins to drop. So what we are saying is, when you eat lipids and carbohydrates, you don't use a lot of energy, okay? So if you eat things that are heavy with fat and heavy with carbohydrates, you are using less energy to digest those things, which means that those two things, the fats and the carbohydrates, are making you bigger because you don't need a lot of energy to digest them. And so those things come into your body and are preserved and maintained inside your body, and you use less energy. That extra energy becomes extra fat in your body. But have a look what happens when you take proteins into your body. When you consume proteins, you see a very rapid increase. Within 2 hours, almost 30% of all the BMR, that is the basic energy use, basic energy rate in your body, almost 30% is being taken to digest proteins, okay? So within 2 hours to 3 hours and up to 4 hours, there is a very high level of energy use by the body, which means that if you want to digest proteins, you need more energy, okay? You need more energy. And if you compare fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, proteins are the one which are making you spend more energy, okay? So what you can think about is that proteins as a food source, as a source of food, is almost like exercise, okay? because it makes you spend more energy. All right. So you can see here that if you want to spend more energy so that you don't have extra energy in the body becoming fat, okay? If you want to spend more energy, what do? You eat more proportion of protein. In other words, the proportion of protein in your diet has to be higher, okay? And this is the rationale behind why the use of protein is always better if you're in the process of weight loss, of controlling your weight, okay? Just remember that. Carbohydrates is the next one. And of course, fats are the lowest consumption of energy when you look at the food that you eat. Protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Proteins are obviously the best in that they make you use more energy, okay? This is very important. Okay, so here we have thermogenesis is in fact, okay, is the, people call it thermogenesis, the word of that, the different amounts of energy used to digest food, okay? So if you eat more protein, you will spend more energy, okay? This is one of the reasons why often you need high protein in your diet for a while to control your weight, to make your weight go down, okay? If you eat sugar or fat, you spend less energy. You see it here, okay? So protein is better to spend more energy daily. So you will lose weight, reduce your fat, and you will definitely control your weight with what you eat, okay? So people often ask me this question, what should I eat to control my weight? So normally I say to them, you need to eat a diet higher proportion of protein compared to fats and compared to carbohydrates so that you can control your weight, okay? These diets have different names, right? You probably hear them before. They have different names. Ketogenic diet, right? They call it ketogenic. Some people call it the protein diet, okay? Some people call it the caveman. That means a primitive diet, right? Which is basically centered into more protein and less fat, less carbohydrates. Okay. Now, you see the bigger picture about thermogenesis. So thermogenesis is not only the energy you need to digest food, but it's also, okay, it is also the energy that you need, to do other activities. So thermogenesis is, in fact, the use of energy when you're not really exercising. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example of this thermogenesis. When you have a cold shower, okay? You have a really cold shower. I don't know if you can do that in Indonesia, but in many countries you can. Here the water is very warm, right? But if you have a very cold shower, your body begins to shake, correct? You know that shaking? You're shivering like this because the water is very cold. That shivering is called thermogenesis. That shivering because you have a cold shower will help you to burn a lot of energy. Your muscles, during the cold shower, your muscles are beginning to become shaky. You know, they shake. You're shivering like this because you're cold. That's the muscles moving to generate more energy, to burn more energy, okay? So any activity where you're actually shivering like that, like having a cold, long shower, it has to be cold and it has to be long, okay? That will increase your metabolism. That will increase your thermogenesis, okay? So how you change your thermogenesis, how do you change the amount of energy your body is burning is by nutrition. When you eat more proteins, less carbohydrates, less fat. By exercise, when you have more muscle, your body will burn more energy when you're doing nothing, okay? Some supplements like vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants will help you. And exposure to cold, believe me, this is what the Russians use, okay, to control their weight, because they tend to eat food that is very heavy with fat, really heavy fat, a lot of alcohol. They use the cold treatment to lose weight because the body is constantly exercising and shaking without exercise, okay? So good quality supplements combined with good diet and exercise can help you to reduce extra weight. So protein is better to spend more energy daily, and you will lose weight, reduce your fat, and control your weight. So another term that I want to discuss with you, this is a term that is used, and you're going to hear this a lot, so it's confusing. It's called NEAT, okay? NEAT means non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It means non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It means activities that burn heat, that produce heat, and they burn energy, which doesn't mean exercise. It's not exercise, okay? And so this activity includes walking from room to room, going upstairs, going downstairs, okay? When you go gardening, for example, you're cleaning the floor, you're washing something, okay? Even when you're fidgeting, with your fingers, you go like that sometimes on the table, right? When you're fidgeting, all of this means NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So the consumption, the use of energy with activities that are not exercise, okay? So the more you become active at home, and this is what happens during the lockdowns because of Corona, many people are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? There is a real issue because everybody has actually put on 5 to 10 kilos in the last 1.5 years because these NEAT activities have reduced. People don't go out as much as before, okay? You don't go out to the shopping to do shopping. You don't walk in the shopping with your family, right? You don't drive to the shopping. You don't drive to the cinema to watch a movie. You don't drive to see your friends. You don't drive to the bar or to the restaurant, okay? You don't go to the concert. So all these activities which are not exercise have reduced. They become less and less and less over the last 1.5 years. And so the amount of energy we use because of this problem is increased now. So NEAT normally accounts for burning 100 to 800 calories every day. I will tell you that it was calculated during the lockdowns that people only spend 100 to 150 calories per day, okay? Which means that during the lockdown, because of your inactivity, no activity, you burn 100 to 150 calories. The rest of those calories stay inside your body and they're making you bigger, they're making you fatter, they're making more fat, okay? In a normal life activity, if there is no lockdown and you have a normal activity, you will burn up to 800 calories per day, okay? When you go to the supermarket, when you go to the cinema, when you go to the restaurant, when you go and see your friends, you go and have a coffee, all these things need calories. So remember, because people ask me this question, why am I getting so fat now? And I tell them it's because we are indoors, we are inside the house and we have no activities, right? So you need to increase that to control the weight. Okay, now let's talk about the definition so we come into an end so we can see how relevant this information is for you in terms of keeping you healthy, controlling your weight, okay, and anti-aging as well. Now, metabolism, remember we spoke about this. Metabolism is the energy that we use to keep our body alive, okay? It's the fuel, right, that we use to keep the engine running, okay? That's metabolism. Now, metabolic rate or basic metabolic rate Okay, it's the same. Metabolic rate is the amount of energy that you are actually spending in one day. How much energy am I spending by during resting, during exercise, during walking, during everything that I do? That's metabolic rate. How much are you burning? Okay. Now the BMR, or basic metabolic rate, is the energy that you use, okay, to keep the body alive by doing things that are not exercise. Thermogenesis is the energy that you need to use to process, digest your food, the type of food that you eat. Okay? And thermogenesis can also mean the energy that the muscles in your body use. For example, when you're in a cold situation, we are in the cold. So the body will actually use energy, what is called thermogenesis, okay, to produce heat, okay, in situations like that. And NEAT is the other term, which is the non-exercise activity thermogenesis, right? Which means this is the energy that you actually use, and the heat that you produce, and the energy that you use to do everyday activities that does not involve exercise, okay? So the question is, so how much energy you spend in one day? Let me tell you very simply, right? It's a very simple concept. Why you cannot control your weight? Why is your body getting bigger? Why do you have more weight? It's very simple. Because you're not burning the extra energy that you put in your body through your diet, okay? There is no miracle and there is no secret formula, okay? There is no incredible scientific idea here. It's just a very simple process. It's so simple that it would actually surprise you. Why you're putting weight on is because you eat more energy than you burn, okay? So if you can bring them together, if you burn the same amount of energy that you actually consume in your diet, in your food, you will not put weight on, okay? And if you burn more energy than you take through your food, you will lose weight very fast, okay? So how much energy you burn? We have the basic metabolic rate, as we spoke before, right? We have thermogenesis. We have the NEAT, this is non-exercise activity. And you have exercise. And that is the total amount of energy you're burning, right? The more energy you burn, less fat and less weight. This is very simple exercise. How you increase your BMR? You do it by having more muscle, okay? By sleeping better, right? What about thermogenesis? Eat more protein, less carbohydrates, less fat, okay? How else can you increase thermogenesis to lose weight? Have a cold shower. Don't be always warm. If you're always hot and warm, you tend to put weight on, yeah? You increase your NEAT, which means that non-exercise activity. Walk to the kitchen. Don't ask your children to bring you something from the fridge. Go upstairs. Don't send somebody upstairs. You go upstairs. You go outside. You walk. You do things for yourself. You have more NEAT, more energy you will use. And absolutely exercise, because exercise is going to consume the most energy for you, okay? When you combine these activities, BMR, thermogenesis, NEAT, and exercise, you will burn more energy, and that means you will have less fat and less weight, okay? So how do we do this? We always talk about the things that affect BMR, okay? So we say how to make your BMR more active. If you have low muscle mass, your BMR is going to become very low. So you need to have more muscle. If you have more fat in your body, your BMR is low. That means more fat in your body, less burning of energy by the body through the BMR, okay? If you have fatty liver, if your body is unfit, and your heart is also unfit, because the heart is a muscle and it has to be exercised also, okay? In another time, I will get to tell you how to do that, okay? Not enough sleep. Now, these are all the factors that reduce your BMR. And by reducing your BMR, what you're doing is you're increasing your body weight, okay? It's very simple. Low BMR, higher body weight. Now, if you want to know your BMR, I suggest you go into the internet and look for, just type BMR calculator, okay? You write down BMR calculator. I didn't bring you one, I don't show you one because it's gonna take a long time, but BMR calculator, they ask you for details of your age, your weight, your height, how tall you are, okay? Are you a man or a woman? And then the system will give you a BMR, an estimated, an approximate BMR. And you will be able to see, they ask you questions like, how often do you exercise? Once a week, twice a week, once a day, once a month. And then the system will give you an idea of your BMR. And then you can work with that figure to actually increase your BMR, that is, increase the energy that you use on a daily basis, okay? Now, let me tell you that normally, we know that a normal BMR is around 1,500 calories, okay? Okay, 1,500 calories, right? That is approximate average BMR. Now, what we need to do is to increase our BMR, okay? Increase to be much higher, because our diet will bring into the body 2,500 calories, okay? 2,500 calories, which means that you have an extra 1,000 calories, which will become fat if you don't exercise. So your BMR, 1,500 calories approximately. But we consume 2,500 calories. In some people, 3,000 calories. 3,000 calories, right? In America, the average American calories is 3,500. Okay? So that is why you have an explosion of weight problem. Okay? Too much consumption of calories, not enough burning of calories. Okay? All right. So now, so we have a worldwide problem. This is a problem we see everywhere in the world. Now it's coming into Asia. Before it was far away from Asia. Now it's become Asia problem also. It's become a problem in China. It's become a problem in India. It's become a problem in the Philippines. Believe me, the first time I saw, after being in the Philippines many times, many years ago, the first time I saw very big Filipinos was a few years ago. Never seen before. Also in Indonesia. The worldwide problem is, which is now become an epidemic. This is a real epidemic. This is not pandemic with a virus that is like the flu virus. No, 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 no. This is a real epidemic, which has become chronic. It has become permanent, okay? And that is slow metabolism. You see the slow metabolism in people's daily lives. So we have high blood sugar, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. We have fatty liver, and we have a waist, right? Waist for women, which is 70 centimeters, or for men, okay, 100 centimeters. Now, if you have more, any of these three, three, one blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, liver, or the waist being this number, okay, any three of those, you will qualify to have metabolic syndrome, okay? This is what they call metabolic syndrome, all right? Which is related to diabetes, heart disease, okay? Is related to cancers as well. So out of these 5 points, you only need to score 3. And if you have 3 of those, you're already suffering from metabolic syndrome, okay? This is a world problem and epidemic, and has killed more people. I'll tell you that the number of people who have died of metabolic syndrome in the world goes into the millions and millions. Somebody estimated, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, these figures are difficult, okay? But someone estimated this to go at around 25 million to 50 million people every year die because of complications with metabolic syndrome, right? So you can see it's a very important issue, okay? It's one of the major cause of morbidity. That means cause of disease, and it's one of the major causes of death, of dying in the world, okay? All right, so how do we control it? What's the solution? I would say to you, it's very simple. Believe me, simple. It can be done. You reduce your calories for at least 2 weeks. Exercise and build muscle, okay? Now remember, reducing your calories for at least 2 weeks, it only needs 2 weeks for an important change. But then you have to maintain your calories at a low level. Exercise and build muscle. Increase your protein intake, good quality protein, okay? You need nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids. You need physical activity. That means move around, get off the chair, get off the couch. Don't watch TV so much. Don't spend time on your phone for so long. Exercise. If you want to be on your phone, do it on an exercise bike, right? While you're watching your movie or you're talking to your friend, you're exercising. Control your weight and lose fat. This is the key, right, to changing your lifestyle and your diet. Now, we always suggest Diet Solution Program because it exactly provides you with what you need to be able to change your lifestyle, to change your health status, to change your life. We use 2 different products, and we're going to talk about these products more in detail, the dietary fruit juice and dietary milkshake. And those 2 will allow you to effectively control your diet. The ISO dietary fruit juice is a fantastic detoxification product, will help you to do blood cleansing, liver cleansing, and colon cleansing. And the benefits, of course, are very significant. High fiber level will increase your gut function, an improvement in gut function. It will improve the levels of nutrients in your body as well, and ultimately increase detoxification profiles of your body, okay? This is the ISO dietary fruit juice. The ISO dietary milkshake is a fantastic source of good quality protein. Also provide you with good fiber protein, right? Very rich in protein level, rich in micronutrients, many micronutrients, like 27 types of vitamins, right? Several types of minerals, antioxidants as well. But more importantly, it's going to help you to substitute and to lower your calories on your daily diet. So we suggest you follow this for 2 weeks. I'm not asking you for 2 years. I'm not asking you for 2 months. I'm not asking you, for 20 years. I'm asking you for 2 weeks, okay? If you give me 2 weeks of your life, I will show you how that can change. Now, it's not difficult to do. It's very simple. You follow the program. It's a 7-day program, and then you have a set number of calories 800 to 1,000 calories per day. Okay, you need to substitute your breakfast, and a morning break. You can use dietary fruit juice to help you if you are hungry. 600 calories for lunch. Actually, you can make a very nice lunch. Afternoon break also with the dietary fruit juice, and for dinner you substitute your dinner with your dietary milkshake. And if you do this for 2 weeks, I guarantee you that you will see benefits. I guarantee you will see your normalization of your weight. You have to do it together with an exercise program, okay? And you will see the benefits. This is very important because it's going to open the door for you to see how you can actually modify your life, how you can change your life, how you can improve your life, and how you can control your weight, okay? Now, after that program, the maintenance level is very, very simple. Imagine 1,800 calories to 2,000 calories a day. It's almost like a normal diet, but reduced calories, okay? We can have normal breakfast, or you can have dietary milkshake. You have a dietary fruit juice for mid-morning snack. You can have lunch. You can have dinner, or substitute your dinner with dietary milkshake. This maintenance program is much easier to do, of course, than the 14-day isolation, because this is a little bit more strict about the total food that you eat. But I guarantee you that if you follow this program, you need to follow it more or less precisely, right? You will see that it will help you to lose fat and shape up. This is the first thing you're going to see. You're going to lose fat and you're going to shape up. It'll help you to increase your BMR, your NEAT, your energy spent every day. And it will help you to deal with aging process. It will improve detoxification, improve your internal energy. It will give you extra energy, and improve your muscle mass. It will improve mobility, that is the amount of energy you have to move around, and your strength. Altogether, it's a program that will give you the benefits that you're looking for. If you're looking for a better life, a healthier life, a better looking body, more energy, and to look younger, okay? So this is what I suggest you do. Anyway, it's great to be here. I think I just went over time a little bit. I hand over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Fernando, for all this information. So very clear, and we get a lot of information. So now you already know how to boost up your metabolism, and you need to do more exercise, as Dr. Fernando sharing, and also you need to choose the right product which can help you to have a healthy life. It's also very important. Just as mentioned, isolation product. It's the key, because you need something to help you to build muscle, something you need to increase your protein intake, and you need the nutrients. All these you can find in ISO. So isolation is the product and also the solution which benefits to your body for anti-aging, detoxification, also help you to boost up your immune system, metabolism, and also weight control. So it's very, very important. Thank you, Dr. Fernando, for your research and on this product, giving us so amazing and powerful product here. Yeah, thank you so much. So it's really good for you and also for your family, yeah, for this product. So as Dr. Fernando sharing, we have the 14 days program. So you can try according to Dr. Fernando formula. And also we have maintenance program. And also we have the detoxification program. So to fulfill your different needs. Okay, so I think you already have a lot of questions right now. So let's start to pick some questions. Okay,
can I suggest
yeah.
one? I just saw during the chat. I'm sorry if I cannot answer everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, but I saw a very important question here from one of our friends here, Kohar Halim, right?
Yeah.
Who says that I have a friend who experienced dizziness after consuming ISO meal and ISO juice for the first time. Okay. Now, can anyone explain that? Okay, now I think it's extremely important, because one of the things that you will experience when you are into the iSolution program is you're going to see, and I'm not guaranteeing you this, but this is what most people will see. As you consume quality fiber, your sugar consumption will drop. In other words, the amount of sugar that will come into the body from your diet it will drop significantly. Okay, so it will lower your sugar because of the action of the fiber, and this is what good quality fiber actually do. Right? Is the purpose of fiber in the diet is not only to make your intestinal system healthy, but also to control the sugar that comes into your body. Okay, and there is actually research that proves all this effect of fiber. I can provide it later on if you want to follow it, but definitely, if your friend has dizziness after consuming isomeal and iso juice for the first time, I will advise you that that is not necessarily something to worry about, but most likely is linked to a drop in blood sugar. Okay, and so if you're used to having high blood sugar in your body, or if you have normal blood sugar and then you have a drop in your blood sugar, you will experience some dizziness. Okay, now some people call this hypoglycemia, which means a low blood sugar momentarily. It only lasts for a very short time. Okay, it lasts for a very short time. You can correct it if you want to correct it. You can correct it by eating something, right? But just eating whatever you want to eat. I have experienced similar things when I take fiber, especially iSolution, that I can feel my sugar dropping, which is actually very good for me, is what I'm looking for. But if you feel uncomfortable with that, if you feel not comfortable with it, then what you need to do is just take a little bit of some food, any form of food, a bit of fruit or whatever. It will normalize your sugar straight away. Okay, because this is not a medication, right? It's not that medication is dropping your blood sugar. No, this is the fiber acting on your intestinal system to limit the amount of sugar that comes inside. And so I think that your friend will normalize, will actually adjust to it. But if he's sensitive to drop of sugar, he can measure it in the morning, right? And he can test that for himself. You'll see that his sugar probably is normal or high. And then after you take a solution and meal replacement and the juice, you will see a drop in sugar. If you combine that with exercise, you would even see that more. Okay, there is nothing else in the iSolution program that can actually cause that. There's nothing in there that cause people dizziness, unless, of course. But I think that if you're allergic to something, you don't feel dizziness, right? The sensation of allergies is different. Okay, so I would say that would be the solution that I advise. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fernando. This question is very key, so please pay more attention on that. So, okay, the next question. I think some of our audience joined in the middle, right? So this question is that does metabolism change with time? Yeah, very basic question. I think some of them may miss it.
Yeah. So yeah, does metabolism change with time? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yes, it changes a lot. Metabolism can change depending on many different things, right? And so metabolism is, remember that we said this before, metabolism is determined by how much muscle mass you have in your body, okay? How much fat composition you have in your body. In other words, how much fat is in your body. It is determined by your weight, your age, your gender, your level of exercise or not, activity, okay? If you're losing weight as well, or any changes in the body composition, that is, you're losing fat and increasing protein into the body, increasing muscle mass, you will see a change in metabolism, okay? The iSolution program is helping you through your change in lifestyle to transform the body, okay? To improve detoxification, increase metabolism, and to get more muscle mass. So yeah, so you will see that the metabolism is not fixed, okay? It's not fixed. It can be changed, but what you do. It can be changed by your diet. It can be changed by the level of activity that you have, the things that you do, how long you sit down, how long you get up and walk, right? And it can change by the amount of exercise that you do. So yes, metabolism changes with time. Absolutely. As you get older, of course, your metabolism becomes less and less. This is why we tend to have a tendency to become bigger and fatter as we get older, right? So when you're young, it's very easy to control your weight, but when you are older, it is not so easy. Okay.
Okay. So the next question. Okay, some of our audience is vegetarian, and some will have hypothyroid, right? So whether they can take ISO product, is it safe?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Right. Yes. Well, they're hypothyroid. Okay. Why are they hypothyroid? I mean, the reason for people have become hypothyroid is because it's in fact a endemic issue. It's become an issue across the world, very much like metabolic syndrome, like we spoke of before. So we know that the food that we eat has low levels of iodine, iodium, I think you call it, right? Iodine. So because our food is chemicalized, right? Our food is mostly produced in farms, heavily farmed, using a lot of chemicals, okay? On the same area, we grow vegetables over and over and over again for years, right? And we feed the vegetables with chemicals, with pesticides, fungicides, with artificial nutrients, right? And so with chemicals, so that the plants can grow. And that depletes, eliminates the iodine present in the soil. Therefore, a lot of the fruit, a lot of the vegetables, including the meat that you consume on a daily basis, has low iodine levels. And because you have low iodine levels, it means that now you're beginning to suffer from hypothyroidism, which means that your thyroid, which is the gland around your neck area here, which controls metabolism, it controls metabolic activity and temperature in the body, okay? This gland is not working properly. Often, what the doctor will suggest to you is that you take iodine tablets. You can use other medications that the doctor will give you, like T3, T4 medication to improve your hypothyroidism, right? You can eat more fish. You can eat anything from the sea has high levels of iodine in it. You need to use salt that has iodine in it. Now we have iodinated salt. So the salt, garam, right, has iodium in it, right? So you have to use that. Isolation products are totally safe, okay, for hypothyroid problems, right? Totally safe. I believe that they will assist you in many respects, because the hypothyroid person has low metabolic activity, low metabolic rate. And so it's actually accumulating weight more quickly. It's getting fatter more quickly because of hypothyroidism. So these isolation products will help you, definitely help you. And it's totally safe, yes. Okay.
Okay, so also vegetarian can take the ISO, right?
I'm sorry, repeat that question again.
Also, the people who is vegetarian
Right.
can also take ISO and benefit from it.
Well, vegetarians is a very particular question, right? Because I say always, I ask many people in Malaysia, for example, and also in Indonesia, are you vegetarian? They say, yes, I'm a vegetarian, but I eat chicken, right? They say like that, or I eat fish. I'm a vegetarian, but I eat fish. Okay. So if you're a vegetarian, I'm assuming that you don't eat any form of animal-derived protein, right? Or products, correct? So if you do it because of it's a religious question, it's okay. If you do it because it's your health, it's quite okay. If it's your personal belief, it's okay, not a problem. But let me tell you, if you're really a vegetarian, you cannot consume isolation products, right? Because they have protein from the dairy protein, you know what I mean? They have wheat and dairy proteins from milk, okay? And so perhaps you can use the dietary fruit juice, but I have to double check that for you. But I think the milkshake certainly is not in that basket, because you should not use it because you have animal protein in there, right? But you can take the dietary fruit juice, okay, which will help you in the detoxification, energy production, and the fiber intake. So yeah, so I really think that for a vegetarian, if you're a true vegetarian, if you're not a vegetarian that says, I'm a vegetarian, but I eat fish, okay, because fish is not protein, and fish is not an animal, okay. So I would say, if you're a real vegetarian, true vegetarian, then don't use the dietary milkshake, right? Because it has animal protein. Okay.
Okay. So this is different definition. So you need to check carefully for the
Yes.
ingredient which we show in the box, yeah. Then choose the right one for you. But Fernando, the dietary fruit juice is a good choice. Okay.
Yes. Oh, yes. The dietary fruit juice is no problem because there's no animal protein in it. It's just simply fruit juice extracts. Everything is vegetarian, truly vegetarian, right? So yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And also the next question is also about some disease. Okay, how does ISO products help to prevent chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and so on? Yeah, this is chronic disease.
Well, iSolution program is not a medical program, right? So
yeah,
it's a lifestyle program, and it is a wellness program that is not intended to control diseases, right? It's not. So what it's intended to do is to provide you with a healthy lifestyle, a healthy choice in what you do, and help you to control your weight issues, your fitness issues. Remember that it involves lowering calorie, it involves exercise, right? So the isolation program is not what I term a pharmaceutical. It's not intended to prevent diseases, but what it will do is will provide you with the tools to engage for you to have a healthier lifestyle, to control your weight, to exercise. Now, just by doing that, okay, those is part of the things that you need to do, okay, to prevent some chronic diseases, right? So remember, the chronic diseases arise, for example, like diabetes, because of our choices. We choose too much sugar, okay? We choose no exercise. We choose to be inactive, no activity. We choose too much television and too much telephone and Netflix. So we choose the things that will bring chronic diseases into our life. So this program is designed to take you out of that process, okay? And then helping you, giving you the tools so that in the future, you will prevent these diseases, okay? You will prevent the development of diabetes by, if you exercise, if you cut your calories, if you reduce your fat, absolutely is what you have to do in a program, in a prevention program to control the emergence or the question of diabetes, right? So yeah, so keeping in mind that this is not a medication to treat diseases, but it's actually a choice of lifestyle. It's a choice of choosing health over disease. It's a choice about wellness and what you do in your life to stay healthy. Okay.
Okay, so healthy lifestyle and also ISO can help you, yeah, to lead to good life and good healthy body. Yeah. Okay, so I think today's time is limited. Really sorry, but no worry. We have a lot of questions here. We will mark down and take the record. Later on, we will send to our product center and also share to Dr. Fernando. Then we will answer all these questions and share back to the branches. So just contact the branches if you have any question which we cannot answer today. No worry. Yeah, we take the record. Also, thank you so much, Dr. Fernando, for
My pleasure.
the question and answer session. Okay, so here we will also have some key information from Biswell to share with you. Okay, so from now on, we will have the iSolution product packages. Okay, let me share you. Okay, so now you already see, as Dr. Fernando mentioned, we have the 14 days program. So right now, if you buy 14 days program, means you buy 2 boxes of ISO meal and 2 boxes of ISO juice, you get 1 box of ISO juice for free. This is for 14 days package. And if you want to choose the 28 days package, that means you buy 4 boxes of meal and 4 boxes of juice, you get 2 boxes of ISO juice. And also you have other choices, 56 days package. You buy 8 boxes of meal and 8 boxes of juice. You get 2 boxes of ISO juice and 1 box of ISO meal. So it's totally for more than 60 days consumption, which can help your body and also can help your family. Just start to take the ISO, yeah, for the anti-aging healthy lifestyle. Okay, this is the first amazing items which we prepare for you, and also the second is about iSolution anti-aging healthy lifestyle challenge run 2. Okay, the run 1 already finished. We already received a lot of video with creativity and also with your experience in the social media. Thank you so much. So in this week, we will have the round 1 result. So who will be the qualifier? Who will be the winner? Please follow our Biswell social media, then you will find the result. Thank you so much in this week. Okay, and also now is the last day of the iSolution challenge run 2. So please remember to post your video with the ISO healthy lifestyle and also with your experience to the social media. Okay, then also filling the form and submit to our branches. Then we will take the record and start the run 2 luck draw on the coming December. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, and tomorrow we will start the run 3. So also do the same thing, take video, share your experience to the social media. Okay, so thank you so much for all your support and for your attention. Okay, and also thanks Dr. Fernando for today's really sharing us a lot of information, benefit to our health. Thank you, Dr. Fernando. And we are also pleased that we will invite Dr. Fernando to have more sharing and more training in November and December. Please keep follow our Biswell website, www.biswell.com, and also our Facebook and our YouTube channel and also Instagram. Thank you. So waiting to see you in our next sharing. Thank you so much. Take care and goodbye.